What do you think about his pick of J.D. Vance?
I like JD Vance. I think his statement on cat ladies was misguided. Uh, but other than that, I think he wrote a great book, Hillbilly Elegy, which really connects to a much forgotten population and a much left behind but important and wise and soulful population of the United States that I think is the greatest potential for revival and I think there's when I look at small businesses and small business economy, I think about farming. I think about rural America. I think this is the largest untapped opportunity we have right now. And I think JD Vance is grown from that and he gets it. And I love what he's done with his career. I think that he, has done some interesting, I don't love his pharma stuff. I don't love some of the stuff he's invested in. I'd like to see him explain some of it. I mean, I've not had the perfect investment record either. But I think those are things that as long as he shows growth from, I think he is going to have great potential leading this country.
When you look at some of the pundits on him, one of the things that you'll see is a potential nefarious line drawn to Peter Thiel, that if they see him as the future of the party, what does that mean in terms of corporate, governmental interconnectedness? And do you think that there's anything to that, or are these just rumors?
Look, Silicon Valley, Peter Thiel, and the PayPal mafia, they're very well known and they're reasonably predictable. These are individuals that made a huge amount of success thinking through how to use the internet for optimizing financial transactions with PayPal. PayPal was a massive success. They went on to invest in a whole number of things. A lot of them really are liberty-oriented, school choice-oriented. They mirror many of the things you hear from liberty Republicans, which is a population I tend to like a lot. They believe in free speech. Some of their more transhumanist things are I don't fully align with. They're very close to Palantir, which is a massive government contractor. So that's something to keep an eye on. But overall, in terms of totalitarian, nefarious agenda, I don't see that. It doesn't terrify me as much coming from that group. I'd love to see them talk more transparently about what, their overall agenda is and hopes and goals for the American family. I think that would alleviate a lot of the concern. But I find that this group of people is smaller, those around Peter Thiel. They believe in individual liberties. They believe in sovereignty. I don't see them doing as many of these intelligence agency partnerships as maybe some of the other Silicon Valley groups that I'm not going to name. But I will say that if we are splitting hairs, I would much rather, obviously I'd much rather see Bobby and I in the White House. I think we do a much better, cleaner, transparent, less corrupt job around all of these things. But if we're splitting hairs, I would say that I trust the future of this country more under the leadership of the Trump and the Thiels and the J.D. Vances than I do right now of the Harrises and Reid Hoffmans.
Very interesting. All right.